Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Pokemon D&D Ice. Yes, we're alive. Hello, I'm your DM, your GM, the Gold Crow, and with me I have four of my wonderful friends with me, ready to put on a wonderful D&D show. And who wants to recap what happened last time? Because it was a big, exciting thing that happened last time, wasn't it?
Yeah. So last time we went into Sparktail's lair. We never asked his name, so that's what it is now. He offered us to leave him be and lead us to the last dragon who is manipulating us all, so he said, which leads Sinbad to believe she's the usurper of the queen. It would make sense, one dragon to another, one manipulator to another. This means we'll need Moira to take us to her base to find the usurper if we are correct, or we can even use the Expedition Society and Hallowed Flame to help us take out the last dragon if that is correct, which is all interesting. Uh, anyway, we did what had to be done against the against Sparktail. Highlights included making glass, bowling with Heliolisk, uh, Kaiju Sigurd brawling with Sparktail, bad dice rolls, using Bigsby's hand as a platform for Aiden to shadow of the Colossus, Sparktail, Bree blasting and flying people, and Sinbad dying. He got disintegrated by Sparktail, though to be fair, he figured he wasn't gonna make it out of this one beforehand, so he told Bree everything 2 sessions ago for that reason. But then Fulgur made it known that in this plane, his blessing allows Sinbad basically to reincarnate. So in a giant blast, Sinbad returned to the battle on top of Sparktail's throne, and then just kind of ran him down and took him out with his own layer actions and put giant holes through him until Sigurd grabbed him by the wings and just threw him down to the ground like a judo flip or whatever. And then Aiden also jumped off before Sigurd did that, and it was cool. And now Sinbad is extra sparky right now, and also gathered up his own ashes.
Yeah, you were still all over the floor.
Yeah, he was still all over the floor, and Bree walked through his bits.
Yeah. All
Oh, yeah.
right.
Did something else happen, or did we decide against that? Or did you decide against that?
It will come. It will
Okay.
come.
And you reaped the spoils of a bunch of treasure as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
off stream, we all leveled up, so the party is now level 10.
All right.
So, as per tradition, let's go over what we picked up on our 10th level. Starting with, let's start with Sinbad. What did you get?
All right. So for this level, he got Summon Draconic Spirit, which might manifest itself as summoning Fulgur or something like that, or just one of the dragons temporarily. I don't know. We'll figure out the flavor later. That was the new spell he got, and that's pretty much the only new thing he got. However, we did also do some spell juggling, so we've exchanged magic missile for detect thoughts, so there's less language barriers in our way. And then the second thing is we swapped out reincarnate for control winds.
Okay, that's all you got.
Those are all the new goodies.
All right. Next, Aiden. You're not technically level 10, though, but.
Yeah, no. I got level 7 on Artificer, so with that comes Flash Genius.
Yeah.
Which
will probably come
be
in handy.
Pretty fun.
And, like, I know what that does, but let's tell the audience what that does.
Yes. So, effectively, what that is the ability to add my intelligence modifier to ability checks or saving throws.
Yeah.
Not just my own, but, like, anyone in the parties.
Yeah.
Just as a reaction.
So it's a clutch. If someone utterly fails a saving throw or is really bad at it, you can come in clutch.
Yep. It's gonna be real nice thanks to that little ion stone that got picked up.
Oh yeah, and you got meta magic too as well, Sinbad. What did you get?
Yeah. Shocking Grasp was the cantrip I picked up, and Quicken Spell is the new meta magic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
All right. So the Flash of Genius is now on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Quill, what did Sabrina get?
Sabrina got her improved abjuration feature, which allows her to add her proficiency to counterspell and dispel magic.
Mm-hmm.
So she now has a +9 when trying to get rid of that sort of thing. And as for spells, she picked up Wall of Force and Telekinesis.
Yep. So I'm never going to be able to cast a spell ever again.
Well,
Okay.
it depends on if she's in range.
Yeah. All right.
Then again, dispel magic has a range of 120 feet, so...
Yeah.
That's not the same thing as counterspell though.
Yeah. Probably don't have to upcast it as hard anymore.
I
All right. And,
believe that's it for Sabrina. Yeah.
and finally, what did Sigurd get?
Sigurd got taller.
Yes.
he got he got a foot taller.
Maybe it was like an after
Well,
effect from
yeah.
the potion you used.
Maybe I'd like to think it's more so. I'd like to think it's more so the magic of the runes itself.
Yeah.
Or maybe all the dragons he's been knocking out.
Yeah. I think you've downed
All of them, yeah.
all of them except the last one. No, well, you technically knocked out the first one. Serena killed it, but
Yeah, Sabrina did the killing blow.
yeah.
On Returnatrix. Yeah, Cryofang.
Yeah.
I guess we didn't fight Pandora ever, so
Yeah.
that doesn't. But regardless, yeah. So he got taller. He does a little bit more damage with Giant Smite now. With that extra damage he gets, and he got a new rune, Storm Rune, which is very useful, but maybe not for him specifically.
Oh yeah, I remember we discussed this. This was like crazy for Sabrina.
Well, it's a bonus action activate to basically just as a reaction give advantage or disadvantage to anything that someone does.
Oh right.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah, but it was also like the passive was what, Arcana?
Yeah, passive is advantage on Arcana checks.
so
Oh,
works
and
with
you can't be
Sabrina.
surprised.
Oh.
that will be good for like lowering something saving throw to give him disadvantage, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that will be pretty good. I can see that coming up in the future.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right, but for the meantime, we go back to the Plane of Storms in this ruined abbey, the storm rumbling overhead after the sounds of battle dampen as you skin a dragon and collect the loot from the depths of this structure. You've divvied all that stuff out, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, you've collected it, and the dragon's remains kind of lay there as Sinbad still. It's like he's almost like half elemental, half Vulpix right now, and Sinbad, you were unattuned to everything you were attuned to. You could easily in the of collecting loot and scaling the dragon, you could easily attune to just put everything back on and attune to everything. And would you do that?
Yeah, I would probably do that. I'm like, yeah, yeah.
You notice too. Well, you all notice that the tattoo or the brand is no longer on him.
Fear.
Did it get broken? Hmm.
So Matt probably just hears Sigurd ask that and just be like, "What?"
The seal, the brand, blessing, curse, whatever you are calling it today.
Your forehead.
I mean, I might just be it now, honestly.
You don't think it went back to Mom, do you?
I think I'd be dead in that situation.
You were dead, apparently.
Okay, so what I mean to say is permadead, and I still don't know if I can actually even leave the plane. I might be more or less like Fulgur.
I mean, you certainly look it. That doesn't bode well for. That
Well,
doesn't bode well going forward, though.
Remember how it was a good idea to maybe hide that from the MDRA? I think they're gonna notice.
Yeah, they'll probably notice that I'm here being a zip zap zop if I can't leave at all.
Bree's gonna start switching her attunements so that she's got the Pearl of Power instead of the Ice Tiara, so that she can charge a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay.
Can we swap our attunements right now?
You would Who is scaling the dragon?
Oh, right, that was me.
Okay, then Sabrina could probably do it if she wasn't doing anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, we rolled all that off screen.
Hmm.
And
Where
they've
is Fulgur, anyways? Oh, do you, I, do you think he's? Well, I suppose he never left, but is he back now? Now that
He
Thor's echo is gone?
should be. Honestly, we should probably ask what his opinion is of potentially having the MDRA poking about here.
You can ask him about the seal on your forehead that's not there while you're at it.
Um, yeah. What's the treasures all sorted through? It's probably been like at least an hour. It's like 3. Sigurd's gonna like look outside to see if there's any immediate signs of anything different going on, anything changing now that Thor is no longer present.
You look outside. Where you want to look towards the city, or
Yeah, towards the city. Is it still all there?
it seems to still be there. Yes, there
Hmm.
does not appear to be any changes in it. Any immediate changes, anyway.
Huh. It's probably too far to look at the square.
Yeah, it's a little far away. You can kind of see it, but you can't really see anyone on it. Like everyone's kind of dots from here.
Yeah. Is there anywhere else out that is there anywhere else beyond this place, or like is it mostly just city and like empty open area?
It's kind of a vast kind of purple that shade between purple and green.
Right.
It's just an empty plain. It looks like there's. If you remember correctly, you were above the clouds in another point, so there's probably more to this place. Sabrina, you would probably know from your book of planar travel that this place is kind of maybe connected to airplanes, so it's kind of like just an adjacent plane to the airplane.
Okay.
Hmm. So it's not the plane of air, but it is adjacent. That's interesting. I guess Sarah would want to know that.
So was Sib gonna talk to Thor or try to?
You mean Folger?
Fulgur, sorry.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if he can or can't though.
Gotta try.
Should we maybe go looking for him? Was he maybe being held captive here somewhere?
He was just kind of in the sky.
You saw him?
Yeah, but being dead also means that who you don't really know if you're in a physical place or in the mindscape.
So he is dead? Or wherever you were?
Sinbad just shrugs. It looks like the lightning plane.
So, still technically somewhere in here.
Yeah, or at least his manifesto is. I mean, like, Krya technically died and her manifesto was somewhere.
Sigurd kind of looks over to the Heliolisk, who's, I assume, just standing there.
Yeah,
The elemental.
it's just kind of dormant, standing there now. It was trying to like attack you through the bubble. The bubble's probably gone by now, actually.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of standing there, just kind of dormant.
Oh, these are Fulgur's servants, are they not? Do you think it could take us to him?
Maybe? I guess. I guess we can have him cast Find Familiar and see if the Helioptile can go find Fulgur.
All right, so you just kind of have this. You don't know how you learned this or where you got it from. It's just kind of like that. It was kind of like just an itch on the back of your neck that you just instinctively go for. And from just kind of a cloud above, just this small jolt of lightning just sparks in front of Sinbad, and a small little figure appears as the smoke clears. As you see this dead-eyed little yellow lizard just kind of in front of Sinbad now.
Oh, well, I suppose that works.
All right, little guy, can you find Fulgur for us?
It looks at you. And it's a tiny creature as well, so it's significantly smaller than the rest of you. But it just kind of blinks at you, and it just doesn't seem to know what to do.
Well, we can at least have it scout for us in a different direction, and then I'll call it back when it gets near the edge of its capabilities. Or have it come back to us if it finds non-heliolisk, helioptile glass door things.
It just slowly
Right.
blinks at you.
Okay, well, that's a no.
This is like, do you want me to do this?
Yeah, he's yeah, he's going to just have it search off in one direction for 100 feet, I guess.
Which
And,
direction?
and then just yeah, I mean, I don't know, east, I guess.
Okay.
Whatever to the right of where we are is.
East is kind of on a pathway to a dead forest that leads to the city of glass.
Oh, 100 feet is not that far.
It's really
It's
not.
not.
So it just
Outside.
runs off to the east. It just like kind of does that thing where its like head is like, you know, floating back as it like just scutters. And it goes off 100 feet from you. And it just kind of stands there.
Oh my gosh.
Bree's gonna start putting sending into her meteor focus.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to get very far with the locals.
That's fine. We can at least get the Expedition Society's stuff back.
Right.
Does that mean they're all under your command technically now? Or,
Are they?
well, I mean, Thor's Echo is dead.
Maybe. Sinbad's going to essentially unsummon the familiar as you normally do,
All right.
and then he's going to try to do it to the Heliolisk as well.
What are you trying to do with the Heliolisk?
Unsummon it like you can with the Find Familiar.
You just focus your mind on removing it, and all of a sudden, just the Heliolisk just disappears in a puff of smoke, leaving the smell of ozone.
Huh.
Oh,
I guess so.
that.
Have you stopped to consider that maybe Fulgur's inside of you?
That did cross my mind. It's possible he paid a price he didn't tell me he was going to pay.
Well, the quick way to find out would be to ask inside your head if he's there.
I guess he'll do that. He'll just try to search for Fulgur inside of himself. See if he can ask Fulgur if he's there.
I'll have you roll an insight roll.
Insight. Good thing I reattuned to my lucky stone. Dirty 20.
You kind of close your eyes and look inside of yourself and try to, suspecting that like Fulgur's somehow inside of your mind, your body, or whatever. You're pretty sure his consciousness is not there, but you definitely feel his presence. Which is
All
would
right.
explain these abilities, but you don't really. It doesn't seem like you have a means of communicating with him.
Interesting. Well, I guess he'll more or less turn around and tell Bree. No, it seems like it's the same as it was. His consciousness is elsewhere. His juju is in there. Is in me.
Alright.
Okay.
And I couldn't really figure out where he is either. There's nothing really pointing me to him. It just kind of points me here. I suppose he is everywhere in the lightning plane, in theory.
Should we go find his consciousness then, or should we just leave once we're done here?
Well, we need to do something about this dragon's body. I don't want it somehow, like, absorbing the elemental energy and coming back to life. So, Sib, if you could, like, vaporize that really quick.
I'm like, can he do that?
I mean, he's supercharged right now.
I guess that's fair. Just destructive wave that thing. That'll do it, right?
Does that do lightning and or thunder damage?
Yes.
I wouldn't burn a 5th level spell slot. You could just, like, thunder jolt it repeatedly.
I don't think that would be strong enough.
There's a lot of dragon here still.
Okay.
We almost killed him.
Yeah, I think we'd have to destructive wave. It's got destructive in the name.
Okay.
Do it. Kid.
You're gonna
Again.
do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna destructive wave the body.
So almost in a act of catharsis for you, you raise one of your paws up to the sky, and you begin to like crackle like the MCU Thor when he uses his Mjolnir. And just kind of this giant vortex of lightning just shoots down on this dragon and leaves nothing but dust.
Alright, that should do it.
Yep. Alright, next order of business. Let's go back to town and get as much of the Expedition Society stuff as we can.
So,
Right.
I don't know if anyone ever noticed, but the dragon echoes are also getting smarter. Or, well, we didn't hear Gruffing ever talk. And at least I assume Eldirions didn't.
Well, Alderion's did. It kind of mocked us when we first got there, and it basically challenged us to come up and get it, and then we did. But there's
Vorgoth
also...
Vorgoth spoke, just not in our tongue. I use the same way I communicate with other what is the word? Pokemon, I suppose ferals on this continent. Although they were far more articulate.
Yes, you recall Vorgoth speaking to you in Draconic. This one spoke to you in Common.
Oh, it was Draconic. Draconic, never mind. My bad.
In any case, this one was a bit more developed than any of the others we've fought before. That probably has something to do with it, if I were to guess.
Which leads to the question of the last one.
Well, we'll have to find it soon, so it doesn't get any more cunning.
We'll have to go and check in with Queen about the other Queen. Potentially, if what Sparktail or Thor's Echo said is true, then that would be the best position as Lith's Echo would be in to manipulate everyone would be, well,
Taking Queen's place.
You
exactly.
think so?
baiting everyone into a false sense of security, coming after her, and then being far more than they can handle.
Well, I mean, I suppose that's certainly a possibility.
It would kind of make sense. I mean, Queen was running a lot of the continent with her boys.
I think we'll need more information before we can 100% decide on that, though.
Good lead, though.
It's a potential lead, yeah.
Well, at any rate, let's go get some bonus points with Apollo. So he's gonna head off toward. He probably can't even touch these things actually, but we're gonna try to get the expedition stuff.
On the way back to town, Aiden's just gonna.
So, how are we planning to get back to the ice continent? Back through the astral plane, or
Bree magic, teleportation circle.
Only works on the same plane.
Okay, the other one, the grounding one.
You mean banishment? There's a
Yes.
caveat to that one. I had it in my pocket just in case of a last resort. I could have gotten 2 of us out of there. But the problem is I don't know where we'd reappear in the material world.
so we're going back through the astral plane?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You sure that's a good idea? It was.
Do you have any other ideas to get back?
I mean, you just mentioned one. I don't think the location would matter all too much if you can just teleport us away regardless.
Yeah, we just banish
That's
there and teleport circle over again.
That's assuming we all end up in the same place.
Would we not end up in the same place?
I would have
No.
to cast it 3 times. Once
What if
on
we
one
hold
person.
hands?
The power of friendship does not affect magic.
All right then. So the location and where we return is completely random.
Like she said, she doesn't know. We might not.
Okay. He just kind of sighs, is like, for all the things, that is something you don't know. There's no hard science on that, of all things.
Well, I'm about to sending someone. I can try to ask.
You'd think that'd be the first thing they tell you when you're learning this spell.
Well, I figured it out on my own, and I didn't really have access to another plane while learning it.
And you also think, well, learning the spell, the intent was to do it on enemies, not yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even then, that's still useful, finding out where they went.
Well, typically it would be used in our own material plane, in which case they would just be sent to a harmless demi-plane, since chances are they aren't from an extra-dimensional plane. If they were, they'd just go back to their own home plane, but...
Actually, I don't even think it would work on me anymore.
Well, it
think
doesn't
not?
matter. It doesn't matter if you've died. Your home plane is still the material plane.
That's a big gray area now.
Sinbad, something in the back of your mind tells you that you are right.
It's where your body comes from. And I come from here now.
Oh,
I. Oh, well, that certainly complicates things. I suppose the astral plane is the answer. Unless one of you have a way to use plane shift.
no, that's like a circle or two higher than what I'm capable of.
Hmm.
I just really hope I don't feel what I felt when I was in there last time.
Does Bree have sending in her meteor focus yet?
Yes.
Okay, she's gonna try to message her dad.
What are you going to say to Nikolai?
Well, do you want me to roll the...
Oh, right, you're in a different plane right now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really funny. Last session, one of
Oh,
his
that's,
messages didn't come through, so we got like one end of it and then the last half of it, but not the middle.
89.
Yeah.
Okay, she says, the dragon's dead, low on magic, talk tomorrow with sending stones. Is mom okay? The symbol isn't on her?
You get a response. Fine, but come home. Mom is all right.
She sighs and says, well, mom's alright, at the very least. It doesn't sound like the symbol went to her.
Well, for now, I guess we're just gonna have to gather things up and walk out. I mean, I don't think we could spend an eternity trying to find Folger in here. If he wanted to talk to us, he would do so.
I see.
All right, so you guys head towards the town?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So you make your way back through this kind of gnarled, dead forest where there's no leaves in sight, just the boughs and rickety sticks protruding from these dead trees. As you get back to the very vain, transparent city of glass, where it was kind of bustling when you were there at one point, with kind of this mockery of menial life that presumably the dragon put these creatures through. They all just sit there dormant, just soulless, staring at the sky. They're just
Alright.
various you could see familiar just kind of items from Calder, but they're very menial ones. And Sinbad, when you get to this town square, something in your mind is telling you the fountain. As you look at the fountain depicting the dragon's image made out of glass.
All right, he's gonna go that way then.
All right, Sinbad is heading towards the
Oh.
fountain.
Seems like they're waiting. Oh, wait.
Bree just kind of follows him unquestioningly. She figures she knows what's going on.
Alright.
Yes, you're in front of this large fountain made out of glass with the dragon you have just slayed. There is kind of a very shallow pool of water in the bowl of the fountain.
All right, well, we have to start this investigation as they all go. I'm gonna touch it.
All right, you're gonna touch it. All right.
Rafa's in chat.
All right.
Off is in chat.
It seems when you get close to it, it seems like the front of it, kind of the base of the statue, this very large base that goes up into this like magnificent, proud-looking image of the dragon you just killed. It seems like the front of it can be moved in some way.
Oh.
All right, he's gonna try to move it. Does it look like it's a rotate kind of a move, or like a push it over kind of move?
It looks like it pushes in and slides down into the ground.
Hmm.
All right, well, he's gonna try that.
All right, so you push it forward, and it's very simple too. Like it doesn't require very much strength to do this. You don't think this is like anything to do with what has happened to you. You just think this is just the way this has been constructed, where it just kind of pushes forward and begins to slide down, and now in front of you is a mirror.
Oh.
Found the other end. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I guess he did want us to find something, and he being Fulgur.
I see. Does this one look cracked as well?
This
Like
one
through
is
both sides?
it is not cracked. It's in pristine condition. It's like crystal clear.
Is this the one that Thor's echo came through?
Potentially, or it could have been, or it's just the fire plane mirror.
Oh, that might be true as well. Looking through the mirror, can we see anything on the other side?
No, it's like much like the other mirrors you encountered. You just see your reflection, but it's like a similar architecture of this kind of the arc in it. And,
So
Well-
who's looking through first?
I should
I can take a
probably
peek.
not be the first in case I like cross the line where the dragons would want to kill me.
I can take a look. Give me a second. Is the mirror standing up or is it like face down?
it's
Or
upright.
is it like
It's like right
It's
in the
upright.
it's in the base of the statue, kind of the front of it, where the large sculpture of the dragon stands.
All right. Sigurd is going to, yeah, kind of. I get put on the ring first of all,
Yeah.
and slip that on and move through the mirror. Not fully, just like maybe sticking his like partially moving himself through so he can see, but keeping like one arm against the outside of the mirror,
All right.
or one hand.
So you poke your kind of upper torso through, maybe?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much like his upper half of his body.
All right. Do you have dark vision?
Yes, he does.
All right. So when you poke your head through, you immediately feel really cold. Compare a very familiar sense of cold. And you are in some sort of dark cave right now.
Huh. Okay. He looks around for a moment just to see there's nothing like immediately hostile
No, there's a tunnel.
before. Oh. Yeah, before poking him or before moving back through. Coast is clear. It's back on the ice continent. At least it feels like it. It's dark though, so get some light.
Okay.
Well,
Before we go, can we at least go back to that house where the Heliolisk with the Expedition Society clothes were at and take it from them?
Gotta go get all the Expedition Society stuff.
There's actually a lot of them wearing that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Are we
Start
just gonna
dispelling them, Sib.
Are we about to, are we about to strip some Heliolisks?
No, he's just gonna delete them.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you just like point at them and they just kind of just leaving the clothes behind and anything they were holding. There's a bunch of just menial like stuff on the ground, like knickknacks and.
Bree is going to have a look through while we're picking up all of the Expedition Society's gear. Bree's going to be searching through the knickknacks for Sib's old bandana.
Roll an investigation.
Okay. 16.
You look through the town, trying to assort through the just various normal clothes and some Expedition Society's clothing. It seems like. Why don't you give me a nature check as well?
All right. 9.
Yeah. Yeah, you find just very menial items that that were presumably stolen from Calder during these raids from these things.
Okay.
And on the road, but you don't locate the bandana anywhere.
Sad. Well, okay. I guess may as well put on an Expedition Society outfit that fits her.
Yeah, you could all definitely find one in your size.
Okay.
If you wish so. If you
We're probably going to do that.
if you remember correctly, they were the Heliolists didn't like even know how to wear them. They were just
Yeah.
wearing the small ones on their heads and just walking around.
Right. Someone have one Sigurd's size that's like basically a cape.
Yeah.
I believe we already had one in your size.
Did we? I don't think we did.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. What is the difference between the Expedition Society grade like clothing?
It
Plus 30 instead of plus 15.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's assuming it has everything on it, then, which I.
Okay. Noted.
That's plus 30.
Okay.
But keep in mind, you are not supposed to be wearing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are going to have to make sure anytime we get anywhere near civilization, we remove it.
Okay.
I suppose. Are there like insignias or things on this gear?
It's the colors. They
Yeah.
are and there are insignias. It's very the material. Like you could just tell right off the bat they belong to the Expedition Society.
Even if we were to recolor this stuff
Yeah.
through some sort of dye.
I mean, I think with enough coloring and a bit of rebranding of the what
Anyway.
you know how clothes put their logos on weird places. If we removed those, changed those up, and changed the colors, we might be able to pull it off.
Anyway, I think that's it. We can head through the mirror now.
All right. What directions are you going to go? Or what is the order in which you are going to go?
Sigurd will go first.
All right. So you push your way through, and depending if you put on the clothing or not, you definitely feel the brisk cold air as you walk through.
I'm not gonna put it on quite yet, but all right.
All right. Just have your normal stuff on.
Normal stuff on for now.
Okay. And you all
Bree just kind of pushes Aiden.
all right.
Yeah, no, Aiden will go through.
You just stumble through. And do you have dark vision, Aiden? Yes, you have the
I
goggles.
got the goggles.
Yeah, okay. You're kind of in a similar boat as Sigurd.
Bree just kind of looks at Civ and says, "Go on.
No, you.
I'm not leaving without you. I'm making sure you're getting out of here first."
I guess he will attempt to leave then.
You walk through the mirror. Do you have dark vision?
No.
You're in complete darkness.
Right.
And probably idle. He just awkwardly bumps into both Aiden
Yeah.
and Sigurd.
Sigurd's like, hold on. So we need some light.
Does
I'll just
something
use
else
Produce
happen?
flame.
Does something
Yeah.
else happen?
Yeah, I was like, it should probably be bright here for a moment.
Yeah. There's a flash of light for a second as Sinbad goes through.
Oh.
And then Bree's gonna follow suit.
Do you have dark vision?
No.
Okay. So Aiden and Sigurd, you see before you Sinbad is not there anymore. But a different creature, a medium-sized white creature with 9 tails. Sabrina, you don't see this.
Oh, right. You can't see anything.
You might even be a little unaware of it. Sinbad.
Sigurd and Aiden are just both like, oh.
Oh.
So do we want to bring this mirror with us?
Sinbad,
Hmm?
you feel in the back of your mind, take it out of the cave and destroy it.
We need to destroy it.
You are not compelled to do this. This is just kind of a feeling you have.
Right.
If we
I assume-
if we
I
let
assume
it
we don't-
persist, something else is gonna get in there.
Right.
Right, and considering that Bulger's
Can you
not
ask
there-
that thing in the back of your head how it feels about the MDRA getting in there?
Also, we might want light for these two.
Yeah, either of you have a light spell. Hang on, let me get my. I don't have. Wait,
Cast
do I have a
produce
torch?
flames.
Oh, and also wait.
Aiden can just.
Okay, so Sib's doing produce flames then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that happens and Bree just looks on and she's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, that.
Just kind of like looks down and he's like, his eyes are also blue unlike a normal 9 tails. He's probably like, I guess I have a new body. It does make sense.
You also notice kind of like you're no longer half elemental anymore. You're just kind of. It seems like you're back to normal, but you know, something still feels a little off.
Is the brand back?
No. Well, No, it isn't.
Huh.
Okay. The brand's still gone too.
Sinbad's gonna try to figure out how to put the white bandana he's been using underneath the baseball cap that he's made the blue bandana anyway. He's like, either way, we can't let people know who do know about the brand, and those who don't know need to stay unknowing that it was ever there.
Right.
Anyway, this mirror, I guess we destroy it then.
Well,
Yeah,
destroy
let's-
it outside. If we needed to retreat, we can do so.
Yeah, let's take it out there.
Okay. You pick up the mirror. It's kind of fixed to the wall a little bit with some rocks, but you can easily just kind of finagle it out, especially with Sigurd's strength. And you can kind of sidearm it, Sigurd, and carry it with you.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a little bit of a difficult task traveling through this dark cave. And you have a light source out now, right?
Yeah. The produce flame.
You notice too, kind of with the ice kind of forming at the bottom of the cave, there are a bunch of Heliolisk footprints going in and out.
So this is where.
This
I guess
is
that
where
makes
they
sense.
were. Yeah, I suppose so.
We might find Thor, actually.
The question kind of is more just how the mirror got there.
How did it
Same
show
way.
up in the creepy house cabin thing that teleports around?
Yeah, unless. Well, Thor's Echo brought the mirror down here and then went through it. Or it was just
We
already down.
destroyed that one, too.
Could be a completely different one. We saw two. That doesn't mean there's not more.
Yeah, but this is a new one.
There could be more than one. That is a possibility.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Let's just get this thing. Let's just get this thing destroyed and. Well.
And also a way out of this cave.
Let's get out of this cave. Let's get this thing destroyed. And let's figure out where in the ice continent we are to begin with.
All right. So you finally see light as you travel through this cave, and you see maybe a relieving sight, but might not be a relieving sight. You see the windswept plains of the ice continent before you. You don't really know where you are, though.
Yeah.
Bree opens her spell book and starts putting teleportation circle into the meteor focus.
Okay. So that'll be 10 minutes then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going on.
And Aiden's armor only looks for ice type dragons, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It only looks for it only looks for.
While this is going on, is there anything around in the horizon that might be like something that stands out? Maybe we're aware of it. Towers, mountains.
Yes, you see mountains to the east. A particularly large mountain that you know to be where Camp Daybreak is, but it's pretty far away.
Somewhere
Okay.
here.
Or more likely,
Or
actually,
maybe over
here.
maybe.
Knowing that. Oh,
Hi.
Ta-da. There you go. The party has a new token since I guess Sinbad's the token.
While that's going on, Sigurd's gonna take the ring off, place the mirror down, kind of on the floor. All right. How do we destroy this thing? It took physical. It couldn't be destroyed normally the first time, right? Or did we ever try to destroy it?
We destroyed it with a pickaxe last time, and by we, it was Sinbad.
Don't
Well-
think about it harder than you have to. And
Alright.
she gives him a pickaxe.
No need. He just goes and just straight up just punches it with one of the bang gun.
It just shatters into a million pieces.
Yeah.
A lot easier
There we
than
go.
it is to fix it.
So where do we want to go? Do we want to go back to HQ or do we want to go to the MDRA?
Let's.
Or do we want to go to Calder?
Should we head back to HQ first? That way. Oh, that's weird. That thing is still after us, right? That way we can. Well, whenever it, I suppose, wakes back up, we'll be there and it won't be able to follow us, and then we can potentially try and locate it.
That's a good point. Once we do go back there, the first order of business should probably be to make that suit of armor so that we can find Thor.
Right. Potentially contact him as well if we can.
Right? The MDRA might get patient, but really they're kind of a secondary objective here. Thor's got to be priority.
They don't even know we're back, to be fair.
Or if we'll come back. I suppose one of us didn't come back.
Sib.
It's funny because it's a joke from me about me.
It's really not funny.
He just shrugs.
We all made it out alive, regardless of how lucky that is for some of us. And that's what's important, at least for now.
Right. Will we need to make a suit of armor for the?
Not
We don't know where he is right
necessarily.
now, do we?
Maybe we could just stick it on a compass. Stick one of the scales on a compass.
That could work. Maybe.
Unless we would. I mean, I could see about trying to make something for Jameson. So.
Maybe. Although.
I don't know if he'll appreciate something like that, though, considering.
We already do have 2 of those sets of armor to begin with.
Wait, 2, what?
Or did we? Or no, did we ever make the fire armor?
No.
No, Bree was
No,
able
we
to
didn't.
cast Sending on Alderia.
Right. My bad.
Couldn't we do the same thing with the blue scales then? Just cast sending?
Well, you remember you could only do that because there was like a specific bus to Alderion, not Vorgoth, in that cave.
Oh.
Yeah. I got
Mhm.
Alderion's comb, presumably, as well. Got a golden dragon's comb, guys.
Oh yeah, we have his comb.
So we have Alderion's comb.
Oh my god.
We have his comb set.
Just let me know when the teleportation is in the thing, Crow.
Yeah, I was just letting the conversation go on, but if
Okay, yeah.
you wish, you can sit by and you can get it in there.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Actually, just curious, what time of the day is it, Crow?
Why don't you do a survival check?
Oh, right. Polar regions.
It's always sunny here.
I've got a 6 in survival. I could roll that.
All right, I'll let you do it. I've got a 5,
Okay.
but that one could be
I've
clutch.
got the 7.
Oh, well, you can do it then.
Despite having a negative modifier, gold. Oh. Hey, I'm gonna choose to use my reaction and add flash.
You gonna do that?
That becomes a 15. So yeah.
You'd wager it's probably pretty late right now. If you recall, you went in the morning, and you don't think you've been gone that long.
Been less than a day.
Yeah.
All right.
We were gone longer than we thought, or somehow we were in the astral plane for longer. It's already pretty late.
All right. Well, we'll find out when we get home. Just ask someone who's there. And she's going to open up the wormhole.
All right. Yeah, the teleportation circle opens as the unknown flutter around.
All right.
Jump
Here
through.
we go.
You all jump through and go through the psionic waves all the way back to your keep. You wind up in the library of said keep.
All right.
And
Greetings.
you see a familiar Cyndaquil in there. And the library seems to be just immaculately organized now.
Oh. Oh, it's all back in order, it seems.
We got that done fast, assuming we were only gone all day.
Back in order, I put it in order. It was a mess last time.
Right. Well, right. Regardless, Thor's Echo is dead.
Is that so?
Yes, and although we don't exactly know, and their Echo gave us a small bit of insight as to where Eslith's Echo, or what Eslith's Echo might be up to. Although, I wonder if when we go find Thor himself, he'll be able to give us more information.
Perhaps. Color me impressed. I thought you were running a fool's errand, honestly. But here you are, all back in one piece.
Sigurd glances back at Sinbad for a second.
How powerful did it grow?
It's much bigger than your Echo, Vorgoth. Not an impossibly large size, but was certainly much larger. It was playing God within the plane of lightning. All of Vorgoth's servants, his elementals, he was having them masquerade as citizens of some city made of glass.
And this is why the great worms are forbidden and pact-bound not to enter other planes. Those powers were not meant to mix with those deities.
Let's see.
And you could see why it's the utmost importance Eslith is found, or whatever's mocking her right now.
Yeah,
You said you
as soon
found
as
a
possible.
lead.
His Echo said that she was, or they were, what was the exact wording? Deceiving everyone?
Yeah.
And what was the name? Uh, they they had a specific name as well, not just Eslith. Uh, does anyone remember? I might have to go back and look.
You'll have to go back and look. It
I
has
don't
a
know.
D in it.
I it started with a C. I know that. I'm pretty sure, or a K, but regardless, it said that they were deceiving everyone. Um, I have no idea exactly what that means, but oh, Belladonna, was that it? Hmm.
At any rate, we figured there's only one candidate for deceiving everyone because there's one person that everyone has been trying to find who has been deceiving everyone.
Well, not necessarily. It could be anyone of import. At
The
least I would
other,
assume it would be someone of import.
there are two possibilities to me. It's either Ela's assistant or Queen's usurper.
Hmm.
Well, I noticed a powerful looking artifact in the main hall of this building. Perhaps you can use that. Though I know it's not without failure, but
That's what I was. That's what I was thinking as well. Looking into that, we have a name. We don't know. Well, we don't know exactly what they look like.
Is the name enough?
But we need to find Thor too.
yes.
True.
I know that artifact can only be used once a day, so perhaps you should use it wisely.
Thor is of more immediate importance. Once we find him, he might be able to give us any additional information. At least that's my thought process.
We could just sending him ask where he is.
I can't do that, Sib. I told you that.
No, we just need Alderion to tell us about him.
You're not familiar enough to make a connection.
Not until he tells us about Thor, unless you don't know anything about Thor.
Well, here's the thing. He has taken on a different appearance, well, stature, should I say, on this continent. And while it could be as simple as him but smaller, it's still not him to a degree. I am not myself right now.
But he would still like the same things, have a similar personality, right?
Hmm.
The Thanatrix you said was too attached to mortals, and he still is, at least in your eyes.
That is true. You could attempt it.
I've only got one more of these sendings left in me for the day, Sib.
I mean, I know I want to go to sleep, so
All right.
Slight unrelated.
Yes.
With or no, out of character with the gold dragon comb set. Does it depict a Druddigan in it, or
Yes, it does.
okay? Yeah, you know, Sigurd, who's probably holding on to all that, just kind of like takes it out of his bag, kind of looks at Alderion, frowns.
That's mine.
Oh, it is.
Yes. Where did you get that?
That was in Thor's, well, his Echo's hoard.
Sparktail had it.
That beast must have stolen it from...
Where would they have stolen it from? Regardless.
I mean, the elementals were all over the continent.
You can keep that if you want. I feel like I need to start fresh anyway.
I do have a use for it.
Sigurd just shrugs.
Then you may keep
I
it.
get. I guess I'll give it over to Sinbad.
You look different, by the way.
Yep. Good things happened in there. We found a firestone and amongst the loot and helped us take him out for sure.
He lies! He lies!
Oh my!
Aiden visibly flinches.
Oh,
Very
That-
visibly.
I don't think that.
You see, like, Aiden's sword just begin to shake and shudder. He was disintegrated, and he came back and went through the mirror, and that happened. We watched it, Squire. We watched it.
We did watch it, but I think he
Correct
recall
him!
them.
Right this wrong.
I don't think that's quite what happened,
That's-
but
Definitely not what happened. Though
Oh.
I mean, Sinbad, there's no reason not to tell Alderion, right?
He just gives a sheepish grin at Sinbad. Probably already knows exactly why he's saying this.
Sib, just it's gonna keep bothering Aiden, just for Aiden's sake.
Do a
This-
charisma saving throw, everyone.
Oh my god.
oh,
This would be really funny if I somehow pass this.
Bree's not gonna bother to fail or to pass.
yeah. I think Sigurd isn't bothering to fail either or to pass either.
DC 20.
Nah, I would have needed a nat 20, I think.
You wouldn't know it's a DC 20.
You have a +10, dang. Oh yeah.
Let's be -1. I literally can't pass it, so it doesn't matter.
What is it? What is it? This is.
Oh,
This is
this feeling is familiar. He just kind of succumbs to it.
The sword didn't like the answer.
On a slightly related note, do the elemental weapons of the worms have special properties to them? Aside from, anything normal, I guess he does quotation marks. Draconic breath weapon would perform.
I mean, if we had our powers back, perhaps we could sculpt weapons like that, but as we are now, our power is very meager.
I mean, you breathe fire, obviously.
Yes.
Does that fire have any special properties? Well, would it have had special properties when you were a Great Worm? Aside from it just being normal fire?
It's dragon fire, so it's particularly potent.
I think what he's getting it at is would it immediately vaporize someone upon defeating them?
That.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Possibly.
Right.
I see. Well, that's something to look out for.
Though,
Especially going into...
if these echoes are mockeries of us, Beldon or Ezlith used potent toxins and poisons. So that is what awaits you if this echo is truly mocking her.
Right.
Well,
Right. Well, that's certainly something to keep in mind.
so, Alderion,
Yes.
how do I put this? So the dragons are forbidden from entering the planes of the elementals, but okay, fine, I'll just say it. The MDRA is trying to get into the elemental planes. I think it's a bad idea. Fulgur, we don't know, but would you know how Fulgur would feel about something like that?
Well, back in the day, Pokemon like yourself entered those realms as sort of shrines, as prayer. I don't know what this MDRA wants to do entering Fulgur's domain.
Study, research. They're mages.
Anything magic related.
Oh, mages, right. Well, I certainly wouldn't trust them in there.
Hmm.
They were a place of worship and prayer, not of studying and means to gain more power. Us great worms were forbidden to enter because, you see, we are creatures of magic, and going there might lead to us absorbing that magic, and there needs to be a balance. We are custodians of this world, the material plane, as we call it, while the deities, or legendary Pokemon as you call them, are custodians of their worlds.
There were once places of worship. It's not. I suppose that's why there's these mirrors everywhere that act as connections between the two.
Possibly. A lot has probably changed since we have been dormant.
At the moment, these are, at least as far as I'm aware, a rather unknown subjects among mages. He kind of looks to Sabrina for confirmation.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Those are rather subject of these planes is rather unknown.
Do a history check, Sabrina.
Okay. $25.
So legendary Pokemon exist in your world right now. How it was back then seems to imply there was just one, and the legendary Pokemon, like, there is another Zapdos around your world. It's not Fulgur or anything, but it's kind of like the status of that of a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
So there were some like religious connotations to them back to where way back when, centuries ago, whereas now they're just kind of glorified celebrities and whatnot. So something definitely there was some sort of shift, and they're not as revered as they once were. So you've never heard of anyone going to plains and worshiping Pokemon.
Okay, she will relay that information to everyone present.
All right.
Hmm.
Cool. Let's not meet Zapdos then.
So they're right. Okay. Yeah, I guess to be fair, probably all of us would know at least the fact that Pokemon are celebrities.
Yeah.
Or legendary Pokemon are kind of celebrities.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They're very reclusive, but if you see one, it's like, ooh, it's a big deal.
Wow, I got it. I guess.
I take a selfie with him.
I took a selfie with
Oh, no, that'll be a feature of the next Sending Stone.
I took a selfie with Mikirna.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're probably writing this down and putting on the Sending Stone 13.
Can send pictures now.
Well, that'd be an actually useful addition. I thought the whole joke was that it wasn't.
By the way, Pandora and those other two have been making noise all day long. You might want to stop them when you settle down for the night.
Oh boy.
I see.
We're not going to get pied when we walk out the door, are we?
We're absolutely going to be. Or at least something's going to happen.
Well, at least in Sib's case, he'll probably get hit in the chest instead of the face.
Depends on who her target is.
You know, have you left this room, since you arrived here?
I dare not.
I see.
I can't blame you.
I'm going to assume Pandora's probably booby-trapped the whole place, hasn't she?
Oh, well, actually, she's not doing much. She's just watching the other two make noise.
Make
Oh.
noise.
Yeah. The red and yellow one, the young one, and the big oaf.
Ah.
Making noise, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we better go check on that then.
Really hope they...
Oh, did he give Jameson alcohol?
Oh no.
You mean hot sauce?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Oh no.
Oh no. And Bree's immediately going to run out of the library.
Trip every trap on the way.
Yeah.
So you leave the library out into the main hall, and you see Izak and Jameson and Pandora sitting there. Well, Pandora's just kind of like sitting there kind of stoically just staring at the two of them. And you see like Jameson looking all tipsy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And is Isak there as well?
Yeah, he's just kind of taking a swig of his bottle and watching him.
Isak?
What? Oh, hi, Sabrina. It's nice to meet you. I'm Jameson.
Oh, you sweet summer child. Isak, there will be disciplinary action for this if it happens again. Am I understood?
What are you talking about? He just wants to know how to be a real fighter, so I help him.
He is not old enough to be drinking hot sauce.
You know, I was gonna stop this, but it was too funny, and I just had to watch it happen.
There is smoke coming out of Sabrina's ears right now.
Hey, Savannah, you look like you're big, but you're not that small. You smell funny.
What?
Yeah, there's a reason.
I can't tell if he's mistaking Bree for Sinbad or if we've implied Sinbad has made it into this room at this point.
Oh, I thought you made it to the
I guess
room.
he has, yeah.
I like it better when Nate thinks Sabrina's Sinbad. It's funnier that way.
Well, maybe he does, but... Oh, look, my father gave it to me when I was his age. I thought I'd give it to him. He wants to know. Doorstop wants to be a good fighter. Look at him. He's a good fighter. Aren't you a good fighter, Doorstop? I'm fighting. Pandora cracks up a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you like being paid, Isak?
Oh, so...
Yes, I do.
Then this will not happen again.
Just don't
Am I
give him
clear?
that.
Yeah, no, Mom always talked about how. Never mind.
He willingly took it.
He doesn't know any better.
Just make sure he doesn't hurt himself.
Oh, no, he wasn't. I was gonna show him. Too bad. This is natural. This is his first time, and he just is a little tipsy.
How much did he drink, actually?
Just a sip.
Sip.
Yes, a sip. Yeah,
A
he's
mega lightweight.
and he's telling the truth because like Aiden is followed and the sword is kind of.
He's like that off
He's
of
that much for the lightweight.
Yeah, I was very surprised too.
You still haven't answered me.
Look, Magic Fox Girl, there are no rules out here. He is fine. He is fine. He's in company of dragons and company of me. He's gonna be alright.
You better be, otherwise you're going to have a couple lances jabbed into your frontal lobe.
So you're making threats against me now.
Yes, I am.
I am just trying to help him.
You're not helping him.
How does...
Just like how you're trying not helping your friends? You seem more concerned about getting magic tricks in book than helping little green next to you after what happened.
After what happened.
Have you said anything to him?
Oh, you mean about his dad?
Yes.
She looks over to him and says, "Is that something you want to talk about, Aiden, or would you rather have some space?"
I think he's bringing up the brief trip that James and Isaac and I went on.
All right, both of you calm down. Sigurd just moves up in between them. Both of you, Sabrina, Jameson's fine. He's in safe company. Just let him sober up.
Oh, hi, Sigurd. I didn't see you come in.
Greetings. You doing all right?
Yeah, there's two of you. Are you using magic spells?
Not at the moment. Do you need some food?
I think he just kind of falls down.
Okay.
Really looks like you're helping him, Isaac.
Sigurd just sighs as he starts pulling out like some food.
It's life experience.
Whatever.
Experience to teach him not to drink.
Exactly. If he doesn't like it, he won't do it again.
That's true. That's true. That's how I learned.
I have to thank you all. You've just made my day a lot more wonderful. I think I'm going to be a pretty happy dragon going to sleep tonight.
Oh, if you want to be happier, we found several thousand gold, so...
Oh, that's nice. Are you giving any it to me?
You can hold on to it, but it is still in my possession. And she dumps out about 5,000 gold.
Oh, holy moly. That's a lot of gold. Are you sure I can't keep this? I mean, like, what's the point if you're just going to take it?
Only when I need it. You can use it to decorate, but I'll take it when I need it. Oh, and there's this, and she's going to put 300 platinum in with it as well.
Oh, that's spectacular, actually. I mean, like, do you mix the platinum and gold together, or do you put the platinum on top? Like, yeah, what do you think looks better?
Is Pandora our bank now?
Pandora
seems to
Banking
enjoy
Co.
You guys can probably share yours with Rithanatrix. He'd probably enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd enjoy something other than a dead dragon in his basement.
Right, we need to take care of that too.
Yes, please.
Oh, we've got so much to do.
Well, I'll just be stacking up this gold.
You have fun with that.
I-
Sabrina, you're the one who's most proficient with that orb, with that ball, that thing that can help you see things.
The scrying eye, yeah.
The scrying eye, yeah.
Shall I take him back to bed? He lifts up Jameson.
Yeah,
like,
just make sure he.
Cinna's like, I think I should for everyone's safety.
I have to agree with Sib.
As
Oh,
long as he doesn't choke on his own tongue.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Well, don't worry, I'm an expert on this sort of thing.
You know, I'm almost inclined to agree.
This is true.
Sinbad just knows that it is. He has to deflect some fire from Bree, so he's gonna take Jameson up himself.
Okay, you can take a... Hey, Magic Fox Boy, you look a lot different now.
Yep, now I can carry smaller creatures, I guess.
Yeah, are we friends now, Isaac? A little ways to go, maybe. You just... You assistant right now. You go to bed, go favush.
Sigurd's like trying to math out how much of a promotion doorstop to assistant is.
Alright. Are you going to the scrying eye while Sinbad takes Jameson
Well,
too?
see, here's the thing. We used it before we left.
Ah,
That's
that's
been more.
true.
It's been more than a day.
Has it been more than a day? We don't know.
I'm
Hey,
pretty
Pandora,
sure.
before you go, how long have we been gone?
Well, you left this morning.
Okay, right. Never mind.
What did you want me to do with it, Sigurd?
Well, there's there's Thor. There is Belladonna, and then whenever that creature reappears, there's that thing.
Well, as far as Thor goes, Aiden needs to make that suit of armor. Once he's got that, we probably won't need to look for him with the scrying eye. And
Think he'll be
there's
able to-
something kind of personal I need to use it for.
Oh, right. The
Right.
anvil and all that stuff is still in there.
Just keep it. Just of note, once that thing comes back, Aiden won't be able to leave the tower, or Aiden won't be able to leave the premises until we get eyes on that thing.
Right.
So, and do you need to make a whole suit of armor for that, or would you be able to make something less? I suppose.
If it's
Alderion
any-
would probably know.
if it's any similar to what Dad made for me out of what I got from Crowfang, then
Hmm.
maybe.
Well, you've already got a pattern, basically, with what you're wearing. Just make another one like that.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm as good as Dad when it comes to making something like this. I mean, he put a lot of work into making it as light as it is.
Maybe Sigurd can help you out.
I might be able to. I know a thing or two about metal, not really natural materials like this, though.
Well, you two are our best bet. I don't know what to say otherwise. We don't know anyone else who
Right.
can work with this stuff at all.
Right.
If you're concerned about it, maybe you can go get Alderion's blessing.
Perhaps. Um. But yeah, for now, if we can't use the scrying eye, should we get that? Should we get that dragon taken care of in the basement?
Yeah.
Let's get that taken care of.
Aiden, you go get started on the thing.
I mean, I'm gonna need whoever had the bag of holding with the anvil in it.
That would be Sib. He's upstairs anyway. Just pass by him and then let him know I need to talk to him.
Okay.
All right. So, I guess yeah, Sigurd will head down to the basement.
All right. So it gets substantially colder down there as you go, and you go through the frigid pathways, and you see a silver dragon, silver salamence, sitting on the frozen lake you blocked off. Oh, Sigurd! How do you fare?
Greetings. Sorry, what was that?
How do you fare?
Good, good. Thor should be back as soon as we can find out where he is.
Oh,
We can get him back here.
that's wonderful news.
Wasn't easy, but we got it taken care of. He's just quite big, which is worrying.
That only
Or at
leaves
least Azeka was.
Azlith, and the great worms will be all reunited.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought this would come to be so soon. We have you to thank, my friend.
I don't mention it.
Oh, don't be so humble.
I mean, certainly not my doing, or at least not by myself.
Yes, I can understand.
Regardless, he kind of looks around. How's the cave looking?
It looks to be like freezing over. Like there's like a few more layers of ice kind of caking the walls, and there's a frozen red dragon bits just kind of frozen in the wall. Oh, it was a horrific sight. And he's doing that thing where he's just constantly looking over at it, waiting for you to say something about it to get rid of it or something.
Yeah, we're getting rid of that.
Oh, good.
That's the plan, at least. That's the plan, at least.
It's quite a ghastly sight. I honestly don't like it there very much, but I just hoped you'd come through with your promise and get rid of it.
Neither do I. But I was outvoted the first time. But I don't think anyone intends to do anything with it anymore.
Yeah.
Let's get this thing out of here. Kind of thanks. This is gonna be a how to do that is a issue though.
It is cut into bits, so it's probably easy to transport. I mean, it'll take a little bit of time, but it's not like it's not like getting a giant couch through a doorway. It's just kind of cut, and Izek did a pretty good job cutting it up.
Jeez. That's morbid.
Make sure to keep one of its toes so that we can make that fork we promised him.
Huh?
The dragon bone fork.
Sickers will try and like see if there's like a bone or anything that he can just kind of leave by itself, but
Oh, there's definitely one somewhere there.
Yeah.
That was actually the promise, was all this in exchange for Dragon Bone Fork.
this is just... Right, let's yeah, I suppose I can start moving this all out. Might take a while, but hopefully that'll give you more room and peace of mind to redecorate.
Yeah. So if you are going to be transporting this, I need you to do a frost check.
Frost check. Okay.
It's that cold down
Let's
there.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in here just for like a little bit, I wouldn't make you do it, but you're going to be kind of doing manual labor, moving. Or where are you going to be bringing it, for that matter?
That's a good question, because he's like, where do I dump this? In the water? No, not in the water.
You can't really dump it
Not
in
in
the
the
water
water.
anymore because it's frozen now.
Well, yeah, not in that water. I mean, like a lake somewhere nearby. But that's also a bad idea because that would
For fishing.
the kitchen.
Use it for fishing.
Oh yeah, use it for chum.
Yeah.
Or we could just bury it in the alchemy place to fertilize the soil.
It's a huge creature, I should point
Okay,
out.
fine.
If as Singard is moving this stuff, someone's like, "Hey, can I take that meat chunk?" He's not going to question it. But other than that, he's going to try and at least get it outside of the building. Let me think. I think he'd try and move it. Yeah, definitely outside the building, back upstairs. Maybe just kind of like a ways away. There was that little like weird. No, that probably just kind of like in a random place in the forest. He'd probably just try and dump it all.
Okay. There is a place where kind of Ezek goes fishing and Jameson gets firewood, and that's kind of where you'd be dumping it.
Well, that's kind of perfect. He can just use the meat as chum.
I guess
attract ferals.
if someone suggests him to go dump it like near the pond, he would be worried about possibly the possible disease that could come of that.
All right. Well,
But he'd eventually comply.
if you're going past Sabrina while hauling this and express that to her, she'll probably just say, Sinbad can probably just vaporize it in the morning.
Right. You know, I'll just make like a pit somewhere. Let me get the shovel.
All
It's
right.
gonna make a 10-foot hole.
I'm just gonna make a hole in the snow to like dump all this stuff.
All right. So yeah, do that frost check.
Okay, yeah. 35.
That would be a fail. So you're going to be exhausted tomorrow. Is what's going to happen from that.
Okay, gaining a point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. This won't clear with the long rest. It'll be like active tomorrow.
That's fine.
All right. Yeah. So I'll say you're kind of going to be spending like the rest of the night doing this, but
Yeah.
yeah, you
Catch
managed
a
to.
cold from being down there.
And it's going outside and digging a hole, and you know it all adds up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Actually, partway through, kind of as he's doing this, he'd probably on one of his return trips down into the into Returnatrix's basement. He'd kind of pause for a moment and kind of go over to him. Actually, do you mind if I ask you a quick question?
Yes. What is it?
If you don't mind me asking, I suppose, how exactly are you all, like, well, the worms, you all, how are you all, I suppose the term related? Or at least how would you think of it as such?
We're not directly related, but we are composed of. We're like two sides of a coin, really. They aren't related, so to speak, but they exist to complement each other. very much like duality, except there's 5 of us. We came
Hmm.
into being. We are born from what you would call magic. It was called mana back in the day.
Hmm. Hmm. All right.
We are why, at least the way I see it, we are a family is how I see our brood, I guess you would call it.
Hmm. Yeah. I suppose I was just curious because, well, I spoke with Alderion recently, and, well, I'm, I mean, I imagine you know of him better than I do. He gave me quite a different answer.
Oh yes, he is very blunt, yes, but he is
Mhm.
the wisest among us, and he he tries not to get close to mortal Pokemon like yourselves. It's just the way he does things. I know many stories of great worms that have come before us. Perhaps I can tell you one day.
Even before you.
Yes, we are not the first.
Hmm. Yeah, I might be interested. Yeah, I might take you up on that offer at some point. I. Hmm.
Yeah, if you're willing to lend an ear and we're not in such dire straits, I'd be more than willing to tell you, Sigurd. You've done a lot for us. It's the least I could do for you.
Thank you. I. Yeah, yeah, I was just curious, just because it just seemed odd to me that he um spoke of himself as an archivist, yet he seemed so detached, and he mentioned you as well, at least in our discussion,
Yes,
and your interactions.
he has his ideals and I have mine. He believes getting attached to more short-lived races is not for the best, but I believe it is for the best. It's how they occupy this world the most, and they know things that you don't learn in books like he is so attached to.
Hmm.
I've always found the more common folk more interesting than the hoity nobles back in the day.
I I see. That's that's fair. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
By the way, it looks like you're getting
Hmm.
kind of a cold. You might want to put on another layer of.
Uh, no, I'm fine. I It's hardly the worst I've endured.
Ah,
I'm perfectly fine.
very well then. Well, the den is looking a lot more dapper now that horrific carcass is out of here.
Yes. It was, yeah, it's just that thing being gone gives me some peace of mind.
Yes. He kind of like looks around the place and like noticing it just looks a lot more dead of wintry.
Yeah. I wonder how Alderion felt about that. I don't think he ever mentioned it. Well, its presence.
Oh, he's never gone down. He hasn't gone down here. I saw him out in the hall once, but he seems to be occupied in that library. I can tell old habits die hard.
He told me he never left it.
Yeah.
He hasn't left it since, so. Perhaps if we can... Perhaps once Perhaps once we find Edslith, maybe we can try and... well, we have a dining hall. If we could get some proper, well, food that's for more than just survival, perhaps we could make use of it.
Do you have a cook?
Huh?
Do you have a cook?
That's a good question.
Well,
I don't know,
I
but
I remember the grass kingdom, the Mirabilis, I believe it was called. They threw the most wonderful feasts in celebrations of events. I think that would be a grand
Really,
idea,
really?
actually. If we reunite the 5 Great Worms, we should organize a ball or a gala or something in this abode. Look how big it is. It could occupy several different Pokemon. Good idea, Sigurd.
well, I don't know if we'd be able to get that many Pokemon here for a full ball, but perhaps we can cobble together some sort of celebration.
Even that old grump Alderion he attends those. He's very peculiar because
Very formal.
yes, if there's an invitation for it, he reluctantly goes.
I see. You know what? I color me curious. What were those? It was the Grass Kingdom, you said.
Yes, that was
What exactly were those festivals like? And I'm not asking you to describe that, but
Okay. Well, yeah, he more or less goes on to like these just very like just you never saw the same type of flower or tree anywhere around these large areas, and
yeah.
it smelled of just wonderful aromas, and he kind of goes, this is probably where you catch the cold, like you were fine digging and
Yeah.
all that, but you're just like listening to him, and yeah, you caught
Yeah.
it here.
Yeah, he probably spends like a good while just listening to him speak about the things he's seen and all that.
Yeah.
Just kind of sitting there, listening, kind of taking it in.
All right. We'll cut to Sabrina next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's probably on her way up to talk with Sib.
Yeah.
So I guess if Sib's still putting Aiden in his bed, she's just gonna kind of knock on the door and peek in.
Yeah, Jameson is in one of the beds.
Sorry, Jameson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
Sinbad's probably set him up with like a bucket and some water and stuff.
Yeah.
He's
Is
like,
he alright?
yeah, probably. This is why tea is better.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's not go off on that tangent. I could go off all day on that. Come on out here. We need to talk.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm not mad at you.
I guess we close the door on Jameson unless he has one last word of wisdom to get in.
My stomach tastes like burning.
You probably shouldn't have any more of that stuff, even if Isaac says that you should, alright?
I think we're friends now.
Some things are more important than friendship, Jameson.
Friendship's nice.
Yeah, well, we'll see if you still think that when you're throwing up. Anyway, get some sleep, okay?
Seems like he's out.
she mage hands the door shut once Sib leaves.
All right, so tomorrow morning we're gonna have a little talk with Mom and Dad.
All right, I figured something like that was going to happen.
Yeah, Dad decided during the dragon fight was a good time to start talking to me. He didn't believe me that we were fighting a dragon, but we'll find out if he still believes that tomorrow. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to bond us telepathically, Ray's telepathic bond. You're going to stand outside. I'm going to have Dad cast scrying on you, and then I'll cast scrying on him. We'll use hearing so that we'll be able to basically talk to each other through scrying. All right?
It's very complicated, but you're one step closer to understanding a magic mouth computer.
Oh my gosh, Sib.
He just kind of smiles at her.
She rubs the sides of her head, looks up at him, and then just kind of gives a small smile back.
Well, it's better than the Sending Stone 12, at least. I'll still need to use that to talk to Dad, by the way. Just to, give him instructions. I'm sure he could figure it out on his own, but whatever.
Yeah.
Alright. I guess I'll just leave you to do your thing, get used to your new body and all that stuff. You still haven't found the brand yet?
He hasn't looked in a mirror, has he? So probably not.
No.
Because the giveaway now is his eyeballs. He hasn't seen that though.
Yeah, she was about to say,
If you don't see it on your forehead or anywhere on the exterior of your body, you look in your eyes.
He's just kind of like, do my eyes look weird?
They're blue. And I don't mean like normal blue eyes. I mean they're blue, like really blue.
Oh.
Like your bandana, that kind of blue. It's that blue.
I don't think we can hide this anymore then.
Well, hopefully everyone will just think it's quirk.
I mean, I don't know. Do you think you can change the color of my eyes?
No, ironically, that's something that's more or less limited to clerics. So, the Hallowed Flames would be the ones who could do that.
I thought that there was some gizmo people made. It's like glasses for your eyeballs.
I guess we could get you some sunglasses, but I don't know who's going to be selling them here.
Maybe we can ask for the MDRA for some glasses that make your eyeballs look like a different color.
Maybe. Of course, they'd probably have it so that they'd shoot lasers or something.
I was gonna say, of course, that would mean they would then see my eyes, and that would kind of ruin the whole point of hiding it from them.
Yeah, well...
Well, I suppose making promises I can't keep is what I'm good at.
Oh, don't be like that. I guess you just got another thing that's special about you then, huh?
Being special sucks.
I don't know about that.
He just kind of like pulls out like his jar of ash. He's like, this is what happens when you're special.
she just kind of looks at it like with almost 1,000-yard stare kind of look, and she says,
Eventually, you lose. It gives you a lot of advantages, but someone's always more special.
I hate it when you're just right enough.
Kind of like puts it back away, and he's like, "Well, guess we'll have to talk more about that tomorrow, though, with Mom and Dad. That'll
Right,
be fun."
right. I'm gonna go to my room. Make sure Aiden's working on that suit of armor. We're gonna need it sooner rather than later.
Okay, guess I'll check in with him before I turn in. Oh shoot, I'm probably too big for my bed now.
Just for reference too, where do you guys sleep? In the top
Our
floors?
in a room.
Well, I need to know specifically. There's rooms at the top of each of the towers. There's the barracks where Jameson is on the second floor.
Let's see.
There's the room with all the. I can't remember if they were supplies or pillows.
You looking at this
That's-
room?
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at.
That was the storage room, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever went through there.
No.
It's another thing.
Oh, that's another thing we got to do. Great.
Wait.
I guess the only room we really have is the barracks then.
Okay.
I'm like, nah, we have like chest room.
There's like personal rooms at the very tops of the towers, and then there's the barracks on the second floor is what you got for beds.
It was very
Yeah, I'm
visible
like,
this
probably
room,
would
that was
use
dangerous.
personal room.
If you want personal rooms, then yeah, the towers. If you just want to sleep with everyone, it's in the second floor.
Okay. This one's the one with that book in it, right?
Nope, top left one is the one with the book.
Top left. Okay, that's probably the one Bree will take then.
Okay.
Oh wait, I thought this was the one that had the.
That was Kleiman's room. That
Yeah, this room
fireball-
exploded.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't go there.
This one, this one, this one.
So when Bree gets to her room, she's going to take 10 minutes to put remove curse into her meteor focus, and she's going to cast it on herself.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right. So as you just apply the spell to yourself, you feel your nostrils fill with the scent of winter, and you notice your skin just slowly begin to just like almost peel away as it crawls up your body, turning you orange once again, and you feel
She watches her paw as this happens, and it remorsefully before getting in her bed and going to sleep.
And now that lets me do this. No one saw what I did, but yeah. You have you lost lightning lore as well.
Oh no, I didn't, because that's what I picked for my cantrip at level 10.
Okay. Never mind.
Oh man.
Of course, I can switch it out on a long rest anyway, but
All right. And you go to bed. Aiden, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, at some point you would have had to get the bag of holding from Sinbad, just in order to set up at least in that little magic workshop.
Yeah. Where would you want to set that up?
The spacing is kind of difficult to figure out because it's.
Yeah, you can change your room. Like if you don't like a room how it is, you could just, move it all to a corner and just set up something.
Yeah, I'm looking at the rooms, trying to figure out where.
On the third floor, there was the room just full of zombies and skeletons. There's not much else in that room.
Oh,
They have been dispatched.
yeah. Okay. Well, that third room's probably the best place to set up then.
All right, so you're on kind of the third floor.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you're
Yeah.
pulling out all the tools.
Pretty much taking everything that he got out of Gunther's workshop and just kind of being careful with the tools, but he is trying to find ways to set it up for himself.
All right.
I guess in here it's still warm enough at this point, right? Like,
yeah, it's actually kind of strange. It feels a lot warmer than it should be in this place.
Yeah, once he's got everything set up, he's actually going to take off his armor and just sort of examine it, trying to figure out how exactly his dad made it, and trying to find like a way to use it as a blueprint.
All right. So what I'll have you do with this is use your smithing proficiency with intelligence to maybe get a blueprint down.
Okay, so that's just double my proficiency bonus since I have Smith's tools. That makes it a 11. 28.
You look it over, kind of look on the inside, and you begin to sketch it to see what you need to do to get it down. And it takes a little bit, but you have a blueprint down.
Okay. With that, I mean, it's a question of who does he want to make this for? I mean, Sigurd's already got his armor.
It would be lightning too.
Right. I don't think Sinbad actually has any form of armor proficiency, does he?
You haven't seen him wear armor.
No.
The only ones who you know around you right now that wear armor is yourself, Sigurd, Ezek, and Jameson.
Yeah, I think in that case, okay, well, Jameson, yeah, the other ideas for project later. I'll try making this armor in Jameson's size.
All right. So it's going to be a very similar design to the one you actually possess, the ice one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you would need a fire to kind of melt these scales together, and it would need to be a particularly hot flame because, well, your father was using that heatran.
Right.
So you need something like just as hot.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. We did actually get that from Queen. I forget if that was. I mean, I think this is all just here in Sinbad's bag of holding, because I know there was a container.
Who's holding it?
I'm pretty sure that was Bree because all I could hold was the anvil because it was chunky.
Does the thermal cube get hot enough?
It was the canister containing something like that.
Like it might.
It might be the superheated coal.
All right. Well,
He's
in
gonna.
our room.
Yeah, Yeah, no, he's gonna go looking for Sabrina in that case, assuming he can't find it in there, and just
I'll say you catch her kind of on the way up to her leaving Jameson.
Sabrina.
Oh, hey,
Hi,
you get to work on that?
Yeah, I've got most of the stuff in here, but I think. Remember, I think Queen gave you the.
Oh, right, the thermal cube.
She digs through her bag of holding and pulls it out.
Not sure if this will be hot enough. If it's not, give it back to me. I was thinking we could probably give it to Hallowed Flames. It was supposed to go to them anyway. But if it is hot enough, I suppose we'll hold on to it. If not, you could probably go ask Alderion. He could probably make fire hot enough.
Right, I'm just trying to get working on that armor, and I'm thinking I'm going to make it for Jameson.
Yeah. That sounds good.
And she just kind of hands it over to him.
All right.
Good luck.
So it's in a very similar container that it's in the exact same container you got it in, that it was stolen from you in.
yeah, it's probably a small tinge of guilt, considering that he was the one that just handed it over so easily. But having gone it back, now comes the problem of just trying to figure out how the heck to set this up in a safe manner.
Yeah.
The grass type having to handle something this hot.
Well, you definitely probably picked up some gloves, but
Yeah. There should be. I don't know if he has anything like that. I mean, we basically got Swift Police clean when it comes to what was in the shop, so I imagine he can probably get some sort of heat-resistant container to put this thing in, and then, well, not like resistant, but
you have like a little mini furnace you could probably use.
Yeah. That's basically the idea, is getting this coal into a furnace and trying to get to work on finding a way to get this stuff melted down.
All right. So you're gonna open the container.
Not directly. Man.
You like kind of turn it around, face it away from you, and open it up.
Question is if he's got like tongs that he can open the container with.
Yeah, if you're looking for a particular piece of like smithing equipment, you probably got it, since you guys like kind of fished everything out of there.
Yeah, basically the idea would be he's holding the container itself with one pair of tongs, and then he's using another pair to open the lid.
All right. You're gonna open it.
Yes.
All right. So as you kind of unlatch the several latches on this contraption, you open it up, and this just red glow just radiates from it. And you go from kind of like warm to just blisteringly hot.
Jeez. Okay. That's a lot hotter than expected. Second he's got it in the furnace, I mean, he's gonna probably get the coal in there.
Yeah.
But second he's got that, he's gonna make sure it's closed, and he's gonna actually take off the winter gear he's got, considering how hot it is in here now.
It's really hot in here. Like there's like a red glow coming from the windows now. And yeah, you got this little mini furnace down there. You need to melt down the scales.
Mm-hmm.
You remember a room with leather armor to like affix this to, but what we're gonna do here, if you're going to work with the scales first, you're using the blue scales, correct?
Yes.
All right. We're gonna do a dexterity with your smithing tools.
Okay. Smithing with text. It's still the same mod. It's still plus 11. I still have remaining flashes of genius. I'm using one of those for that.
How much does
That
it
turns
go?
into a 17.
A 17.
Doesn't it go higher because you're using the iron stone and stuff?
I didn't think I had the chance to attune to that yet.
You did. You definitely did.
Oh well, in that case, yeah, hold up. That changes things. That means it go to 18.
That's a night. Wait, just an 18? Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
18.
How do I even manage to click on that? Okay, yeah, that turns into an 18. I don't think I have any other means of increasing it further.
You could just use the inspiration too.
That's yours.
That's not mine. It's yours.
It's your choice. Yeah, it's your choice to give it to him.
It's a 3. I mean,
I'm like, there's only 40 minutes left in this session. I'm like, might as well. I have lucky.
All right, reroll.
okay. That's better. That's a 23.
All right, that's good enough. That you managed to get the scales in the right pattern to affix it to this armor.
Yes.
Now you have to apply it to the armor.
Mm-hmm. Which means getting that leather armor that was probably just in the
The barracks.
barracks.
Yeah. All right, so basically this is still going to take you 3 days to finish it, but we're going to do the check now. Just to
Okay.
Yeah. But this is going to use your wisdom now to apply it to the leather armor.
Oh.
And your smith tools.
Okay. That's less good though, because that's actually a pretty big difference. I already have the feeling I'm gonna have to use my other flashes on this. Okay, so just smith tools, wisdom.
Yeah. This is basically going to determine how, like, if it's going to take longer than 3 days or maybe faster than 3 days.
Okay, let's see. It's unfortunately no, not -7. Jeez. How does this keep happening?
I don't know.
What?
Oh.
Oh,
Plus 11? Wow. Okay.
No, +7. Okay, well, yeah, there goes the flash of genius to make that a 15.
You're going to make it a 15.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to take you 4 days to do this.
Better than botching it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So this will be kind of your project over the course of the next 4 days. What would you?
Okay.
What do you think you would do, like when you're kind of done working on this?
When I'm done working on it,
I mean, like for the night, where would you go?
let's see. The room above was.
Let me see. I think that is. Yeah, that's unoccupied.
Yeah,
It's just-
probably take that room.
Yeah. All right. Sinbad.
Just getting away from the heat still.
Sinbad and Sigurd, would you have anything else you would wish to do, or would you just settle for the night too?
I don't think I have anything.
All right. Where would you go to sleep for the night then?
Um,
If you're gonna take a room, there's basically just 2 left.
Yeah, I was like, we're just gonna take one of those rooms. They're basically identical at this point.
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess, and I will just take this one.
Top one. All right.
Yeah.
Notes.
And Sigurd, you're gonna go rest for the night as well.
Yeah, after like, I don't know, listening to Berthornatrix's stories for a while, he eventually is like, "Yeah, it's late. I should go sleep."
All right. Are you gonna take a personal room, or are you gonna go to the barracks?
As he doesn't care at the moment, so he just retires to the barracks for the time being.
All right. The one with Jameson in it, or just the empty one?
Yeah,
All right.
probably the one with Jameson in it.
All right. All right. So you all settle down for the night. Um, Sabrina,
Yeah.
you fell asleep, and you woke up with the feeling of someone touching you.
She kind of rouses from her sleep and rubs her eyes and looks around.
As you wake up, there is a Salazzle wearing a large brimmed hat, a cloak, and a rapier just kind of standing at the side of your bed.
And she narrows her eyes and she frowns and says, "How did you get here?"
Really, I'm very surprised, Sabrina.
Surprised? What do you mean?
You didn't shoot a spell at me or something. She gives back your stick, your focus.
She takes it back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of pointless. I know that I'm probably not much of a match up against you alone.
Well, I'm very flattered. But I just wanted to talk to you, woman to woman.
She sits down in her bed and says,
All right, what is it?
Since you've been dilly-dallying, I've picked up a particular lead on the one who's infiltrated, taken
really?
my organization. Yes, they appear to be going towards some cave in the mountain.
could you repeat that?
They appear to be going towards a cave in a mountain.
Your men, you mean?
Yes, former.
Right. Well, where is it?
Let me open the map. It's very close to Camp Daybreak. It's surprising, actually. It's right around this area.
All right. Is it the one we've already got in the spot we've already got marked?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just. I think I just press enter, right? Yeah, there we go.
But besides that, how have you been, Sabrina?
Why do you ask?
I'm just curious, that's all.
Well, you've got to understand that I'm not quite sure I want to tell you anything.
You still, like, vicariously pursuing power?
Well, I mean, it's kind of what wizards typically do, try to get as many spells into our book as possible.
Yes, and it's a very foolish thing. Because how much power is too much power?
Well, there's really no such thing.
Oh, that's what you think. Well, allow me to give you some words of wisdom here, Sabrina. You've faced several fearsome monsters on this continent. You've downed several of my boys. You've gone against a monster, a 5-headed monster I pit you against in my arena. And you've persevered and got through it with everyone intact. Is that correct?
Well, yes.
But I downed all 4 of you with milk. She taps her head. Keep that in mind.
Oh, okay.
The trick is not gaining power. It's controlling those who have it.
Well, typically they aren't going to like that once they find out.
Oh, they certainly won't. You just gotta stay one step ahead of the curve. Because I'm not looking to rule the ice continent. I'm not looking for power. I just want there to be the right amount of balance.
You just want a place where people can be who they want to be instead of what they're forced to be.
Exactly. Here's a little secret that Sigurd doesn't know. Join me into the private chat. And I want you to solemnly swear, everyone, you will not let this leave this room. All right. Don't go back and watch it. We'll go into streaming.
Do not speak it in front of the other players' chat.
Hmm.
All right. Do you have access to the streaming one? The streaming? Yeah.
I do.
All right. I left for a particular reason. I left Sigurd in the Jotun for a particular reason. And that is because I, too, am monoborn.
Well, I can't say that particularly surprises me. It seems like there are a lot more people monoborn, or I like to call it the enigma factor. And monoborn sounds so esoteric,
Yeah.
but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Yeah,
but there are a lot out there that are. So, in what capacity are you?
Well, it doesn't really matter what capacity I am. It just matters what comes along with it. If I were to follow that path and let everyone know this, I would not be allowed to rule anything. I would not allow to inherit anything. Does that sound like the kind of life someone like me wants?
No, of course not. You're talking about the edicts, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, I'm not too fond of them either.
And that's exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Hate that I agree with you, but do you really have to do it like this by getting thugs and thieves to do all of your dirty work and making it look like you're just out here to cause trouble?
Well, the thing is, who makes the rules here, Sabrina?
I know, no one does.
And this is the only language they speak. Or that they'll listen to. Oh, let me put it this way. If I were to just go up to them and ask nicely, do you think anything would change?
Absolutely not.
Then what would your proposition be that I would do this a different way?
Well, it's a bit too late for my proposition. My proposition would have been to try to get off on the right foot at the start but there's not really anything that can be done about that now.
My clan were into those archaic old ways. The MDRA, they hate those edicts too. Don't let them fool you. They're plotting ways to defy. They're defying them as we speak, probably.
Oh, I know that. I'm not that stupid. I may not be as clever as you, but they can't get that past me.
But I don't want to apply. Like, I could have just joined them, but I don't want to apply my powers there. There's just someone else controlling them.
Yeah, I wanted to join them myself, but I figured if I did, they'd probably just take all of my research and claim it for themselves.
Oh, certainly. I'll be sure to try and steal that off of you at some point, though.
Did she say she'd be sure to steal that, or they would?
No, she said she would try to steal that at some point from you.
Bree frowns.
Oh, no offense or anything. You know what I'm about. Let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. But yes, it's just something I have to do alone. I didn't take Sigurd with me too because he'd probably be as much of a burden as he's being to you right now.
I know he means well, but yeah, I completely understand why you just left him to do this.
Yes, maybe part of me still sees him as family, but he would just get in the way of my ambitions.
She just kind of nods.
Well, I hope you solve my little problem. I must be going.
We are working on it. There are other things we're working on. You probably know all about those now too, but don't worry, we'll work on it.
Possibly. Well,
Before you go though, Moira, there is something I was wondering about. The artifacts. You said you don't need them for anything, right?
no. I don't.
All you want is to keep them out of the hands of everyone else.
Yep. Do you have another one?
Then
for
if
me?
we get everything done here that we need to do, take care of Nero, get all the other artifacts, all of that sort of stuff, would you be willing to let us have the artifacts so that we could wish back everyone who died in the Calder massacre?
Well, part of holding it so no one uses it, don't you understand?
Not even for this, huh?
No.
Not even to let Aiden get his father back? Not even to get back the Expedition Society members, Hallowed Flames, even your own men who died?
Oh, I don't care. Well, yeah. Some good men died, but that's life, c'est la vie.
I thought I'd ask.
Just for that, you can have your bag of holding back too. She hands you the bag of holding. Good night, Sabrina.
She takes it.
She just kind of, you see her kind of like just disappear out of your window. Join me back in the other room.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Oh.
All right.
It was
Sinbad.
I
right.
mean, I guess
The one
it
for
worked.
Food would summon you.
And yeah, she disappears out the window.
All right.
Sinbad.
He is not here right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Crud.
He went to get food.
He said it would summon you guys back faster. He was right.
He was
Oh.
right.
Okay. Oh, well then.
Yeah. that makes it all.
Sabrina, would you do anything knowing all this happened?
Well, she's gonna have a hard time falling back asleep, that's for sure.
Okay.
But she probably would. No, I can't think of anything she'd try to do in the short span of time before she fell back asleep. I guess if we really need to eat up time, she could try to grind down 2 more pieces of meteor chips into dust.
Okay. Do a dexterity arcana check.
She's gonna make sure she. Hang on, let me get the dimensions of the room. And can I be at least 10 feet away from the warded spell book?
Yes.
Okay. Dexterity to plus 11. 18.
You are successfully grinding them down.
And while she's doing this, rather than grinding down the two of them, she's going to try to get one of them into that little needle shape that's been so elusive to her.
All right. Okay, so now that you got the powder, you're going to do another dexterity arcana.
Okay. 24.
You manage to shape it into the shape of a needle.
Perfect.
Uh,
Finally.
Farrell, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Good. You forced a needle to get created. All right. So, while you are sleeping, your mind fades away back to that place you were when you died. And I need you to join me in the streaming room.
Oh my gosh. Secrets.
So, as kind of the storm clouds around you rumble, the silhouette of the large needle-like bird just slowly appears before you.
Hey, Fulgur.
How
I
do
like
you...
to think he's still a Vulpix in the dream.
Yeah, perhaps you're back in your original form in the dream. How do you do?
Well, I have to thank you for, I guess, giving me a second chance.
It's a good thing your allies did not fall in that battle, as I could not have done the same for them.
He nods, and I guess he will just ask. So the MDRA wants to go into the lightning plane. I don't know what your thoughts on that are, but currently we're thinking it's not such a great idea. But at the same time, in order to get there in the first place, we more or less made a deal with them.
I would wish no one else goes there.
He's like, Sinbad just kind of nods, then I'll keep it that way. I've broken many promises. I basically might as well just keep doing it because I can't stop.
I take it you feel strange.
Yeah, I guess.
That is because you are not in your old body anymore. I bound your soul to a manifestation of my domain. With it, I hope you have found new powers to help you in your quest. Using my power, you can summon creatures similar to the ones you met in my plane, though it might be a little bit more diminutive in comparison.
He nods.
But back to that subject, I could not contend with the beast that absconded my power. It held the power of a great worm, who originally made a pact not to interlope in the land of deities. If you mortals had not intervened, that creature known as Maelstrom, its power would have grown, and its reach would have widened. So I thank you for that.
Well, that's what we came to do, set things right.
Right now, my spirit lays more or less dormant, recovering. I do have some unfortunate news for you, though, Sinbad.
His power got released, didn't it?
He shakes his head. I have learned we deities are not without flaw. My sister is a prime example. The desire for power is unquenchable. Your progenitor and the dragon that showed up here prove that even more. There's no limit to the amount of power they desire. And that's why I believe I am even prone to this. When my sister, Krya, and the usurper Nero are defeated, I am planning to cut off ties to my domain indefinitely. That means all artifacts that came from my plane that exist in your world will become inert and mundane. But Sinbad, you are a manifestation of my power now, and what this means for you is you will cease to be if you remain on the other side when I do this.
I understand.
I am deeply sorry. It was the only way I could save you.
I'd rather set things right and get rid of Krya with another chance than, well, live another life.
But
It was the right thing to do, and I have time to plan for it.
But that need not be your fate. I offer you to stay here with me when the time comes. You will live on if you are to stay in my plane, and you may aid me in being Herald of Storms for your plane, the one link we will keep. My duty I will share with you. This would mean, though, you would have to leave behind everything and everyone you know.
It's certainly something that I'll have to think about.
Very well.
Though, I suppose, what would we do if we're cutting all ties to the material world?
The link we will keep is the link of heralding storms. Lightning cannot be captured, storms cannot be captured and used to travel to other planes.
Hmm. I understand.
Very well. Then I task you, defeat Krya, defeat Nero.
That was always my plan.
And he just with like starts just like going back into the storm, and he just disappears. You can join me back in the main room.
All right.
Hi.
No. Hello.
Hi. So, other than that, your eyes all flutter open at the beginning of a new day, and I think we will end right there.
All right.
Unless there's some
baby.
quick morning thing you want to do, but it has to be quick.
Well, talking to mom and dad isn't going to be quick, so.
Yeah, okay. We'll save
Explode.
that. We'll save that for opening next time.
I'm
All right.
mostly just like,
I'm sorry you guys didn't hear the big kind of wham finish line, but yeah, we'll end right there.
Interesting.
All right.
Did it involve the title drop?
Possibly. It was just like, be calm, Sinbad. Be very calm.
Yeah.
Be calm and carry on.
I see.
All right. Well, we'll be heading on full force next week. And I think we're almost at the end of the campaign.
Whoa.
And everyone's
Dang.
like, whoa, what does that mean? Except I think everyone knows what that means. But we'll see what will happen next time on
All right.
Pokemon Ice.
Bye.